Hey guys, Cell here, welcome back to some more Fate Grand Order. It is now time for a temporary retreat. We need to find an archer and a caster. Ooh. Who's the mystery servant? Section 9, Temporary Retreat. I hate to admit it, but we've just taken one step forward and 2 steps back.
I'm afraid so. We may have succeeded at defeating Wisetian, but bringing down the Nightless City,
And bringing down.
Now, the Amazons have taken that over instead, right?
Right. We're still not quite sure what happened, but the men we left behind have reported back. After the natural disaster, the big guy ended his rampage. He disappeared as usual. And now the Amazons have taken over what's left of the city.
I think we can do better than to keep referring to him as natural disaster or big guy. I say it's time we came up with a proper name for him. He may have originally been Herc, but his spirit origin has changed dramatically. His output, durability, and even divinity are all much higher than usual. The first thing that comes to mind is to call him Giant Herc. But since he once fought against the giants alongside the gods of Olympus, I don't think he'd be particularly thrilled about that. How about calling him Herc Megalos, meaning huge hero Hercules?
I finally said it, dang it.
We could even shorten it to just Megalos. I agree. I can't quite bring myself to refer to that servant as Herc either. Megalos sounds like a good name to me. Anyway, after Megalos destroyed the city and the Amazons came in and took over the remains, what happened to Wisetian's subjects?
I'm told they lost the will to fight and meekly surrendered to the Amazons.
Given how they reproduce, it's possible that they and the pirates are more like familiars than people. Which is to say, they were created by their respective rulers and don't truly belong to this world. If that's true, it would make sense for them to simply submit to whatever ruler has assumed control.
Submit, huh? I don't know if the Amazons were planning this or if it was just luck, but either way, they've ended up swooping in and making off with everything. Pisses me the hell off. We'll have to make sure to return the favor someday. Anyway, that aside, what's she doing here? Wasn't she the assassin's tactician? She just kinda tagged along. I couldn't just leave her behind.
I mean, I like the risk that represents, but I will say that sounds just like you, senpai. Or foe.
What is she doing? Is that Japanese Ogeza?
It is indeed. I know of it as well. I've never seen one perform so beautifully before. The angle of her head, the arrangement of her hands. I feel as I'm witnessing a work of art.
What are you playing at?
I have heard that this is the ultimate apology, one that originates from a land known as Japan. I understand that as this pose is performed with one's entire body. It allows one to show absolute remorse when pleading for one's life.
Pleading for your life?
Yes, I don't want to die. That's my only wish. You have defeated Wisetian, and so I am surrendering to you. I believe that is the best option I have to ensure my survival. So please, I only ask that you spare my life. In return, I will do anything you want. You sure you should be throwing around promises like that? I'll do anything you want so casually. Because a certain wolf in sheep's clothing may be looking to fleece your bodacious bard for himself.
Fergus? Why is everyone looking at me? Please, stop looking at me like I am some kind of wild animal. The other me might behave like that, sometimes. But I never would. Not sometimes, all the time. At any rate, I can understand how she feels. It's only natural to not want to die, especially for a woman who isn't a warrior. Caster, does this mean you want to be the Resistance's tactician now?
I'm afraid that's all I can do.
First you worked for Dahur Thais. Then you betrayed her to go to Wisetian. And now you come crawling to us, huh?
I understand your reluctance to trust me. I don't blame you. But every action I've taken up to this point has stemmed from my desire to not die. That desire holds true even now, so I beg you again not to kill me. Please, don't cast me out. I understand not wanting to die, but why would you be scared of getting kicked out? If I were to be forced to leave here, I would have no choice but to go to the Amazons in El Dorado. Wait, I misspoke. I promise I didn't mean that as a threat. Oh no, this is terrible. Now my death is all but assured. I have to repent.
TIL. Some people shake when they repent. So much jiggling. Can't look away. I have to do it.
Huh. I've never seen Messa look so lost in thought before. I wonder what she's thinking.
Boing boing? That's pretty much that's going in my mind right now. Which again makes me wish that that rainbow I got was actually her instead of NP2 Jack.
If that was not a veiled threat to employ you else to take your services to our enemy, then what was it? I don't believe the Queen of El Dorado would have need of me. She would very likely have killed me. So as I see it, I have three options. Either I die here, or I am forced to leave and the Amazons end up killing me, or I join you. As such, I must do whatever I can to gain your trust.
I don't know. That's not something easily gained.
If my promise to serve as your tactician is insufficient, then I have nothing left to lose. I shall bed you instead. How's about that? As proof of my willingness to help, I will tell you my true name.
Shahadazade? Shahadazade? However you freaking say that dang name.
Well, I am Shahadazade, a caster in name only, whose sole talent lies in spinning tales. Aha, Shahadazade. Now your strange summoning act from before all makes sense. I think I've heard that name before, but I have no idea who that is. Even if you don't recognize her name, I bet you've at least heard of the stories associated with her. Does 1001 Nights ring any bells for you? Or maybe the Arabian Nights? She's the meta character used to deliver every one of those stories. The brave daughter of the chief vizier. In the book, she tells a new story each night to stop a king from taking her life. Brave? No. There was nothing brave about it. I was just desperate to not die. I have read countless books and stories and acquired a fair amount of knowledge in the process. I believe that knowledge could be of use to you by helping to predict the enemy's next move, or to better assess the opportunities for you to make yours. So does that sound acceptable? Of course, if you have no need of such knowledge, it will kill me if I cannot demonstrate any other benefits of my continued presence. The only other thing I have to offer is my body.
I mean, we would never kill you. We're not monsters. I told you, I'm not going to try anything. Please stop looking at me like that.
What do you think, Senpai?
You can never have too many allies. We can't just kick her out. That would be cruel.
If that is your decision, Master, we have no other objections. She may have been on our enemy's side thus far, but I can discern no falsehood in her words. Plus, she gave us advice about how to survive that whole escape to rampage and Mega Berserker thing. If she'd wanted to hurt us, she'd have just let us fight Mega Herc and go kersplat. Thank you. You have my gratitude.
That's more like it. Being scared all the time is no good for your health. The show positivity is better for everyone. That's how it should be for all women. Well, that is, I don't mean to say women should be subservient to men. I just mean they should be free to be themselves. If you're all okay with this, I guess there's no point to me being the lone voice of dissent. Besides, we do need all the help we can get. However, I still have to ask this. Are you sure this book knowledge of yours will actually be helpful?
That's a very fair question. As soon as an opportunity to demonstrate my utility presents itself, I shall take it, and as luck would have it, it seems that time is now. The scent I'm picking up on the wind is the same as that discovered by Daniel's son, Hasib. In other words, the scent of a snake woman.
Gorgon? Medusa? Huh? Ida, come quick. There's a pack of Lamia after our peaches. Aha, I see. I will also help to rid you of these pests, if only to demonstrate how it might be useful. But please, do not keep in mind that I usually try to avoid combat as much as possible. After all, if you lose in battle, you also lose your life. Oh, please, if that was the case in this world, I would have lost the servants 10 times over. They all just end up respawning in Goldea anyways. If we was a tiny bit stronger, we did a damage buff, we would have killed him. Dang it. Alright, let's get some crit stars going. How many is that? 11, not bad. That should work out, hopefully. 20,000 HP, defense up. They're all freaking casters, which is extremely freaking annoying. I meant to attack the one with 40,000 HP, but whatever. Might as well take out the ones that are weakest. Okay. What is with the game letting Wu do all of the work? Like, seriously? You know, yeah, it's my fault. I saw that it was going to be archers and casters, and yet I brought Wu in the front line. Now, had I known that she was gonna get multiple crits, I would have attacked with someone else. But whatever. Come on, goodbye, Lamia B. The fatal holy crap, a Hydra. That's an Orochi. Let's see how well this thing can survive. Okay, lower your defense. Wu, can you get a damage buff, please? Nope, but you can get a defensive one, of course. Okay, do that. Bop, bump, and bop. Not bad. Man, it barely fit inside of that. Good thing I put that on Pent, otherwise she probably would have died. Okay. Come on, Waver. Defense up. Keep Pent alive as long as possible, so she can just burn Hydra down. There we go, less than 100,000 left. Ooh, it crit, it crit, it crit. Waver, no! And our Lancer's in the very back. Dang it. Stun? Hey, nicely done, Astolfo with stun. And this is our last turn with all the damage buffs. So that's perfectly fine because it should be dead. Yep. Bye-bye. 9 turns. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely wasn't expecting freaking Hydra like that. Or Hydra, however you want to actually... Ooh! Mysterious Divine Wine. About 9 more of these and I can get one of Pent's skills up to level 9. And then 10. Alright, Shahrazad. For the moment I'll admit that you make a good tactician. I love getting new allies. Still, I just had a thought, and I realized something. Our ultimate goal here is to find a demon god pillar hiding in Agartha and take it out, right? I mean, if we want to do something about this weird sort of singularity place and save everyone down here. That's exactly right. Our order is to defeat the demon god pillar and destroy all of Agartha. And if we somehow manage to dig a tunnel and let all the men here return to the surface, there will continue to be victims until we manage to resolve the underlying cause. Yep, I get all that. Yeah, at first I kinda figured that the demon god pillar we had to kill was the berserker of El Dorado. But then I thought, what if it's actually Megalos? That's a good point. It's definitely possible. His size and strength are certainly far beyond the bounds of any normal servant. And if he is the pillar, he's gonna be real hard to kill, right? I mean, we all saw how scary he is in his murder mode back there. Speaking as a Celtic man, I would like nothing more. For us, the stronger our opponent is, the better. There would be no honor in defeating a weakened Greek hero, but now that he is so incredibly powerful, defeating him would bring us unimaginable honor. You know what? Penth has increased damage against Greek heroes. So she's perfect against Herc. Or Megalos. Though of course, I'm afraid I'm almost certain not strong enough to actually do that. Now hang on a minute. This demon god pillar, this thing has to be that servant from El Dorado, right? There's no other sensible answer, is there? What do you mean? If this demon god pillar is the one that made this place, then naturally this place would follow the rules that its creator laid down. And the rules of this world are obvious. Men fall from the surface and women use them as slaves and to create more women. In other words, Agartha is a world made for women. In which case, the demon god pillar must be one of the people trying to rule this world. Not necessarily. There used to be 3 possible candidates, but now there's only one. The Hurt, Ruzetian, and the Berserker of El Dorado. Their dispositions do seem very different from those of us who don't wish to be here. Which then begs the question of whether that is their true disposition or the demon god's influence. Either way, the process of elimination leaves us with only one remaining choice. Guess that means we gotta take down the Berserker of El Dorado next. Oh hey, so since we've run into Little Fergus, Captain Not Drake, and Mega Herc, does that mean that every servant who disappeared from Galdea ended up here after all? Beats me. Like I told you before, I've never met any of them, so I can't see one way or the other. Nor what can I. It could be that we simply have yet to encounter them. Or it could be that they have already been killed by either the Herd, Wuzeshin, or Berserker. What an awful thought. I really don't want to be killed. The mere thought of dying compels me to practice begging for my life. I suppose the safest thing to do would be to polish my Dogiza, since it works so well in many situations. Are you sure? That Dogiza already looked perfect to me. Either way, there's no sense worrying about someone we don't even know is here. And since we can't count on Megalos for anything, the only ones we can count on are the ones who are here. Alright, Tactician, this is your time to shine. How do we go about fighting El Dorado? Tell us what you've got in mind. Very well, this may be somewhat presumptuous of me, but my advice for our next step is... Guess we'll find out next time. True name of Veil Shahrazad. Doesn't really matter when I didn't get hurt all. Foothills Jungle. Invading El Dorado. Lanza and Seba. Hey, at least my assassin will be somewhat useful now. Instead of fighting all casters. Well, this is a surprise. Leading off by infiltrating the enemy's home base. It's so out of left field, I'm still wrapping my head around it. I just hope our new tactician here didn't betray us the first chance she got.
As I've told you many times now, I will not betray you. I need all of you to win in order to ensure my own survival. I simply determined that this course of action was the best one we could take at this moment. I admit that it is not without risk, but it would be far riskier not to take it. If we don't make a move now, the resistance will be cornered without any means of retaliation. That means I would die, and I don't want to die. Well, that escalated quickly. Shahadazade's decision lines up a Chaldean strategic analysis as well. Years has been wiped out and Nyla City is now occupied by the Amazons of El Dorado. The balance between the three main powers has completely collapsed, and El Dorado now controls almost all of Agartha. And without any opposition, their forces will only continue to grow the longer we wait.
With all of our servants around, we shouldn't lose when it comes to small-scale battles, but I'm afraid we're hopelessly outmatched in sheer numbers.
Indeed, which is why our only option is to strike first. Now that the Amazons are occupying Nyla City, their forces must be split. Thus, I believe that El Dorado's defenses are currently at their weakest. If the Berserker is there, we can defeat her before backup arrives. If she isn't, we can occupy El Dorado before she returns and reduce the Amazons' numbers.
It's a truly bold and daring strategy, but speed is of the essence. At first I thought you were a quiet and reserved woman, akin to the moon on a dark night, but I see now that your passion for the battlefield burns as brightly as a scorching sun. I'm very impressed. She's just moving away from him.
I see. Thank you. But I'm merely doing what I can in order to help.
She's clearly trying to keep her distance. She's obviously super nervous around him.
Now look what your teasing has done. She really thinks he's a threat. I feel sorry for both of them.
I don't know how to whistle nonchalantly.
At least Fergus doesn't seem to have noticed. Bravo.
At any rate, I'm on board with this plan too. I wouldn't have brought my men here otherwise. You guys ready to go? You bet, Ryder. This is it. Now that we're only up against the Amazons, we just have to beat them up for this to be all over. Once we win, we'll be able to go back to the surface, right? Can't wait to see my daughter again. That's right. It's a little further. Well, finally you have reached our goal. Haha.
Cole, come to think of it, Ryder never told us what it is that he's after.
That laugh sounded kind of sinister, Ryder. Did it? Sorry about that. I'm just excited that our goal is finally in sight. Then I can finally reveal myself as the demon god Pillar. Anyway, like I always say, the important thing is to keep moving forward. Remember that. Yes, sir.
What? The resistance?
Well now, looks like we made contact sooner than we expected. We can't have them alerting their comrades. It should make for a good warm-up before the main event. Okay, so this is a one-turn battle, huh? Okay. I am perfectly fine with the one-turn battle. Ooh, especially with Pen having 2 Buster cards. Albeit, I'm pretty sure one of her Buster cards could just take out the Amazon A. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Still do it either way, but just in case. Bop, bop, bop. Now we just have one more to deal with. Bye-bye, CNA Amazons. There we go. Come on, Amazon B, what you gonna do? Besides, get a crit on your first attack on Pens. Like, really? Ooh, Waypick also got a crit. Oh, if she didn't have the defense increase, she would have died. Dang it. Well, in any case, goodbye. That was a fast 3 enemies, 3 turns. I'll take it. Alright, this one was also fighting a berserker.
That was easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Now that I think about it, the Amazons were the first opponents I fought down here, eh? The demon boar. No, that doesn't count. Between the years in the city, I thought I had gone through some decent training and grown at least a little since that first fight. But I guess not. I'm still young and weak, and cannot raise my sword against a woman.
That may be, but personally I'm grateful that you're entirely focused on keeping Master safe.
Makes it a lot easier to give orders. Makes it a lot easier on the others. That's good to hear, I guess.
I suppose it's no surprise given that we are in the heart of their territory, but there are certainly a fair few number of Amazons around. It's fortunate that we are only encountering them in small groups, and none are very strong.
It's certainly better than running into strong ones before the main event. It's helped the resistance get their sea legs too. Alright, we can do this. Once we've won, we'll all be back home before we know it. Fighters are right. As long as we don't give up. We can do anything. Come on, let's keep going. I was a little concerned since so many of these men are heading into battle for the first time. But it looks like I had nothing to worry about.
Yep, that sure is going really well, especially since we're stuck in an actual enemy jungle.
It's going too smoothly. Stop. This might be a trap. What the? They were waiting for us. We're completely surrounded.
I'm so sorry. I could have sworn I was monitoring the situation closely.
Don't blame yourself. This is the enemy's jungle. There are any number of tricks they could have used. Damn it. Does this mean Casta really did sell us out? Guess not. She's quaking in her boots more than anyone. Looks like she just plain out got smarted. Plain got outsmarted. I don't know why I tried to change it. So what do you do now? Please be careful, she's here.
I see you rats have walked right into our trap. What fools you are. Berserker.
She's not even kind of surprised to see us here. She's sure got our number.
How did you know? I was well aware you had gone over to the Resistance, cast off the Nightless City. I may be a berserker and a queen, but above all else, I am also a warrior, a general. And no one makes her way to general without a clear understanding of battlefield tactics. Keeping such things in mind, determining how best to counter your most likely move was trivial. He's has sunk beneath the sea, and the Nightless City has fallen. This underground world is as good as ours. It is now a nation of warriors led by a single queen. There's no gap between rich and poor, and no distinction in class apart from warrior and royalty. None could be hope for a fairer, stronger nation here, or anywhere else.
A fair and strong nation.
Oof, sounds boring. That sounds like another super frowny, no smile kind of nation. Though in a pretty different way than Nyla City and Anise. People are just a little bit too happy, you know? It is simply the way of things. The nation that survives will always be the nation that is the strongest. But we cannot have stray men doing as they please, fouling our lands with their ways. Rejoice shall decide which of you we need, and which we do not. Those we do not shall have the honor of dying by my hand. As for whom I chose, that falls to you. Come, men, show me which of you is strong enough to be worthy of being kept as our slaves. Uh-oh, here they come.
Provider, keep it together and take up your weapons, but remember, stick to fighting the Amazons. Whatever you do, don't go near that woman. Well, we're the only ones who have a chance against her. Come on, guys, let's take down this berserker.
Well, that's all happening kind of fast, but okay. Our enemy is right before us. Once we defeat her, this will all be over.
Right now, I'll just have to do the best I can.
I'll help however I can to ensure I don't die, but I don't know how much use I will be.
Alright, starting off with the Amazons that have really low HP. I like it. Then the second wave should have around 20-something thousand HP. Then we're fighting the Berserker of El Dorado with possibly enemies that have around 40,000. That'll be a major pain, but we'll still get it done. Okay, am I correct or am I wrong? Okay, around 20,000 and a 35,000 HP, one fine. Still pretty close. Okay, kill you. Actually, let's just attack you, because I don't entirely know if a arts card blue will be able to actually kill her. Now the fence is up. Okay, so do that, and that. And who knows, if she can actually get the 10% crit to go off, we might be able to go straight to Pence right now. Or just have an increased amount of damage, okay. Oh, good lord, we have to take out at least one break bar, I believe. She gave herself a full charge. Oh god. I don't like this at all, man. Well, if anything, we'll keep trying. We'll eventually defeat her, maybe. Okay, put this onto pen. And here we go. Bop, bop, and bop. Oh boy. Come on, attack yourself. You know you want to. Of course you would go after Blue. Of course you would. Why couldn't you have attacked yourself? More than just that. Oh well. Of course the Starfall stun would just miss. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it? And when I said attack yourself, I didn't mean going full force against you. Dang it. Well, hopefully this at least drops it down below 100,000. Okay. Now, since we don't necessarily know what's gonna be happening, at least I don't. Let's go with this. And let's do it. Goodbye, first break bar of the Berserker of El Dorado. Now we win. Yes, we did. Thank God. Well, you're certainly powerful for such a motley group.
Good, the stronger the men, the better. As long as they aren't them. Who's them? We don't have time to converse with her now, Master. Still, the skills may be tipping in our favor. Yeah, we can do this. Anyone who's injured, get back. We can handle the Amazons as long as we keep ganging up on them. There's no way I'm giving up now. Not when victory's so close, I can taste it. My proud children, my Amazonian warriors, but I not order you to frolic about for fun. I see you underestimating them, merely because they are men. Then I shall remind you, pathetic men though they are still enemies, and we proud Amazons do not hold back against our enemies. That is how we do battle. Weak enemies allow us to show our strength. Strong enemies are a chance for us to refine our skills. Whatever our enemy, we are to relish the opportunity they provide us. Thus she is your queen, I command you now. Roar. Follow Her Majesty. Louder. Oh God. I've never heard someone sick when I shouted. What the hell are they doing? Could this be the Amazon's war cry? This is bad. Be careful. There he goes. Shit! They're cutting through us, right through us. I'm afraid so. Once they began their war cry, they became far more formidable opponents. Their strength, speed, agility, and durability have all increased. They no longer even feel pain. And it's as though they have all gained madness enhancement. How is this happening? I know from experience that battle cries are important in combat. They inspire soldiers and help raise morale. But this one is on a whole other level. If you would like to know a good way to beg for your life, I can think of 30 different methods. I believe that one used among a subset of African tribes, which involves opening your mouth and raising both hands high up at an angle, may be the best way of indicating our surrender to them, with a 3% chance of success. It sounds like Rome. I think that might only make them more upset. True, they could well end up interpreting that stance in a different way altogether. This really is a difficult problem. Perhaps Dogeza is still the safest option after all. You want to know the option that'll give you the best chance of surviving this. Stop thinking up ways to beg for your life and start fighting for it. Wait on. We gotta focus on breaking through their defenses. I'll look for the weakest link in their surrounding formation. Hang in there, Master. Oh God, they have defense down but increased attack. Of course, Wu would have a full chain. Of course, you wouldn't kill him either. Dang it! All right. That, and that. Oh my God! I didn't even notice we have 15 enemies to fight. Scratch that. Make that 12. Okay, defense is up. Maybe we can take out these two right here. Yep. 28,000 is the highest HP they've got. Nice crit. Now they've got 9 left. Alright. We're going for it. Okay. This is a 6-turn cooldown. No damage up, but defense up. Let's do it this way. That, and that.
once again for us to use her ability, but whatever. Don't be attacking Panther, dang it. 30,000 HP, huh? There you go, that one. Because we don't need that one being in our way. Not good. And I forgot to do that again. What's the matter when she's gonna die soon? Ooh, nice crits. Okay. Defense up. Lower this one's defense. Oh, debuff resistance. Okay. Okay, I see how it goes. Panther, no! Woo, no! Astolfo! And BB! Go, go, Gadget Astolfo! $68,926 HP, huh? Okay. Debuff won't work, so there's literally no point. Take out the one that has the most HP waiver, that's all we can hope for. Before she gains a bunch of defense. Kill this one. Okay, good. We are now gonna win this. Weaver, no! Oh, if anything. Well, there goes Astolfo as well. Here comes our Tortiapin Dragon. That. And that. Yeah, I still need to level up her skills. You're gone? And so are you with a crit. Good job, everyone. 12 turns. I was expecting that to go on for longer. Much of the seeds of Yggdrasil, though, which is nice. There, I see it. Everyone, focus your efforts on the formation at 8 o'clock. That's where the line is weakest. You hear that, men? This isn't the end. Resistance, fall back. That goes for us too, Master. Come, I'll bring up the rear. Boom! I'm sorry, my queen. They got away. I see. That is disappointing. All the more so after showing them our war cry. My deepest apologies. Well, no matter. One of their servants excelled at defense. That one must have defended the rabble as they fled, tails between their legs. How many did you kill? If you include the ones we hunted while giving chase, about half. I see. About the same as our own casualties. It remains to be seen whether they will continue their struggle or come to pledge their submission. What shall we do with the men who surrendered?
Our expanded territory has led to an increase in our population as well. So we are currently low on men, perhaps we should send them too. No need for that. Execute them. Yes, Your Majesty. My apologies. Those we captured for childbirthing when he first fell from the surface are no matter. On one matter. But the scene of those who oppose us must be selected with care. Those who have surrendered to us out of fear are tainted with cowardice. Such must not be permitted to enter into our bloodline. However, if you find any men who have been defeated in honorable combat, men who have lost their arms or legs, yet still glare at us as if to rip our throats out without their teeth given a chance, those I give you leave to bring back and use them as you will. However, yes, Your Majesty, I understand. The Greek hero is the one exception.
The one exception to the rule of you will kill him no matter what? You know, eventually we're probably gonna have to team up with her to take out Megalos. That was his name, right? Oh my good God. This looks like it's going to be another two-parter, possibly. Give or take how long the story actually is. Huh. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the no battles one, then we'll end the episode. Section 11, Flames of Progress.
Oh.
So, this is all that made it. We lost about half of them.
I'm so sorry.
This wasn't your fault. In the end, we're the ones who agreed to your plan. It's like I told you before. We went along with it because we thought it would work. Our enemy just happened to be one step ahead. So don't waste your breath apologizing.
Alright.
The important thing is figuring out our next move. I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up.
I don't know. I think everyone here is still in shock.
Damn it. I can't stop shaking. I can't believe he's dead. One moment he's right there next to me, and the next he's just gone. I kept hacking at them, but they just kept getting back up. If I close my eyes, I can still see them coming for us. Do you really think we have a chance? Hell if I know. I just don't want to die. That's all I want. Same here. Same for all of us. Maybe we should have stayed as slaves if we're just gonna end up dead. Alright, I say it's time for some vitals. Today, you guys can eat as much as you want. Go ahead and stuff yourselves silly. There's nothing else you can do today, so don't worry about a thing. We've got the worrying covered. Yeah, now that you mention it, I am pretty hungry. Let's get something to eat. I'm exhausted. Hang on a minute. Have you seen that boy anywhere? The one who's always hanging around. Oh my god, did he die in battle? He was with them, right? Did he get captured or was he killed? I don't think he made it back. I see. Guess his luck ran out. No, there wasn't anything he could have done. I told him to run away when he knew he couldn't win. He was just a kid. Nobody would have blamed him for turning tail at the first sign of trouble. What a waste.
Right,
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just a dull old man. Nothing special to see here. Anyway, you guys should get some rest too. To be honest, we'd all be dead right now if you hadn't been around. I'm grateful to you.
Thank you. It was a rather intense battle. We couldn't all do with some rest to recover our strength. I think you should take Dorado up on his suggestion and turn in for the day, Master. Good plan. We can save thinking about tomorrow for tomorrow. Yes, I agree. You should all get some rest. But I'm going to keep thinking about our next plan. Do you still feel responsible for what happened today? That is part of it. But the truth is, I just want to do whatever I can to ensure I survive.
I see. In that case, you can also think about it while having a drink. I may be young and inexperienced, but as latest in the long line of kings, I know what to do in times like this. You should go to where the men are drinking and join them in drowning their sorrows.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. The plan was what failed us all so spectacularly.
Yes, I'm sure there will be some there who will have their grievances with you, but in my opinion, you should take what they say to heart. That is a part of a tactician's role after a plan fails, new opportunity to calm their resentment. There's no need to overthink it. Just think of it as giving them an opportunity to vent. Don't worry, if anyone crosses the line, I'll be there to back you up.
Very well. In that case, I shall take you up on your offer. I'll join you in drink as well. Besides, I may be able to help the men take their minds off their sorrows by entertaining them with my sword dance. I think I'll stay here and fall asleep with Master. They'd run out of liquor if we all went. This then leaves me and Fo for Master's guard and body pillow duty. See you all tomorrow.
Fo, are you my body pillow? Please be my body pillow. So a stealth Fo doesn't end up being it.
Fo, I could have sworn I just heard something fairly improper. Well, I'll be monitoring you from here regardless, so if anything happens, I'll know who to blame. Anyway, good night, Senpai.
Good night, Mosh.
I'm sorry I noticed you leaving. Thought you might have had too much to drink.
I have some water for you if you'd like it.
No, thank you. I just felt like getting some night air. Besides, these servants do not usually become intoxicated after all.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. I guess there really is something off about me. At times it feels as though I'm still alive. Maybe it's because I'm so mature that since I've yet to grow into my own as a warrior.
Still alive, you say? Mature servant as well, aren't you?
Oh yes, that much is certain. I just mean that I'm still immature, mentally and physically.
I see. It sounds like you have lots on your plate as well. Can I trouble you for that water now? I think it would go well with this cool night air.
Of course. Oh, and would you mind if I sat next to you? I think I'd like some fresh air myself. Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, not at all.
Thank you. The night sky is quite beautiful tonight. It's hard to believe it's actually just moss. You know, this place is really mysterious. We have stars even though there's no sky. And cool night air even though we're miles underground. May I ask you something just to pass the time?
By all means.
This is purely hypothetical, so please feel free to answer it any way you'd like. What sort of nation would you like to live in?
What sort of nation? Why do you ask me?
Well, to be blunt, because you seem the most normal out of anyone here. After all, you're scared of both combat and dying, as most people would be. All of the other women here seem a bit extreme, for lack of a better word. So I wanted to hear from one with more down-to-earth sensibilities. Of course, I'm well aware that there's no point to this question. This is purely to satisfy my own curiosity. Even if we do arrive at the truth here, it wouldn't change anything, since Ulster is already gone.
I can see you're quite honest, unlike the king that I once knew.
Oh, does that mean you once served a king when you were alive? That's how I call you.
I prefer not to talk about that. I would rather not dwell on those memories.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. So about my question.
Oh yes, my apologies. I'm afraid I don't have an especially interesting answer, but I would like to live in a nation without any danger. After all, in a place fraught with danger, it is possible I may lose my life.
You really are afraid of dying, aren't you?
Isn't everyone?
Yes, I suppose they are. Regardless, a Celtic warrior does not fear death, you see. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make small of your opinion, but maybe we should not talk about our views on the matter of life and death. It's not that we want to die, after all. I can certainly understand your position in that sense. Still, a nation without danger is easy to talk about, but probably very hard to create. The closest example I can think of is
the land of the young.
That's impressive. I should have expected as much from you. The land of the young, or Tir na Nog, is a Celtic myth. It is a land of eternity where gods and fairies walk. It is a peaceful, joyous utopia, where there is always enough delicious food for everyone to eat. Yet both there and here, the threat of death is still present. Not gods who dwell underground, nor the humans in their peat-filled paradise can escape it. True, that's why we've been drinking to our fallen comrades tonight. I had no idea just how difficult creating an ideal nation would be. I'm sorry to talk your ear off, but I didn't mean to have you join me in my little mental exercise. By the way of apology, how about this? I may not be able to help you live in a nation without the threat of death, but I can offer a replacement. From now on, I won't just use my sword to protect Cell. I'll also use it to keep you safe from the threat of death. On that you have my word. I am young and experienced and cannot draw my sword against a woman, but I should be better than nothing. Huh, that is quite reassuring. Very well then, I'll be counting on you. You should probably head back inside. Daeon's sword dance has most likely lost its appeal by now. I'd love to hear another one of your stories sometime. You're a great storyteller. You make it all seem so real, not just for me either. You have the entire resistance hanging on your every word, too. I think that can be arranged. What sort of story would you like to hear next time? You happen to know any about, say, princes who grow up to become great kings? Oh hey, another one with no battles. Fine, with that, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where we will continue on to the no battles and see how many there are. It's probably just this one. Then we're going to be going into our next strategy for taking out the Berserker of El Dorado. Well, who knows, they'll come and attack us. So yeah, till then, see you guys later.